You know the story of former Patriots wide receiver Chris Hogan, the two-time Super Bowl champion who played lacrosse in college at Penn State and even spent some time in the PLL last season. Well, now there's a new crossover star in the making, one that can quarterback the triple option offense as well as dice up D1 defenders for Max. What's up everyone, I'm Kevin Boylard and today I want to tell you about Navy's Xavier Arline. Arline is a two-sport athlete who plays quarterback for the midshipmen and recently made his debut for Navy's lacrosse team at Attack. Last Saturday, in only his second game, Arline scored his first collegiate goal. But before we get to that moment, some important background on Arline's football career. Originally committed to UNC since the summer of 2016, Arline flipped his commitment to Navy when it became apparent that the Tar Heels weren't going to let him play both football and lacrosse. He started his football career at Navy in 2020 and in the final game of that year became only the fifth freshman in program history to start at quarterback against Army. Even though Navy lost the game, Arline put forth a respectable performance. He led the team with 109 yards on 17 carries, including this 52-yard rush, which ended up being the longest play of the game. With an opportunity to become the full-time starter at quarterback, Arline decided to compete in spring football practices instead of playing lacrosse in 2021. But last fall, he ended up splitting time at QB. And against Army, he injured his hamstring on his first rushing attempt of the game. That injury, by the way, was the reason Arline's collegiate lacrosse debut was delayed until earlier this month. Despite the setback, Navy was excited to finally get the former number 5 recruit in the country back on a lacrosse field. In high school at Shoreham-Wading River on Long Island, Arline was an electric playmaker. He played on the varsity team in 8th grade, and by his senior year, he was an Under Armour All-American. Regardless of the time Arline had missed, it wasn't hard to imagine the immediate impact he could make with the midshipmen. And on March 5th, they no longer had to imagine. Coming off just a couple weeks of full practice with the team, Arline made his debut against Lehigh. He registered 3 shots in limited action off the bench, but didn't really know how to attack Lehigh's zone defense and finished with 0 points. After the game, Navy head coach Joe Amplo said it wasn't the right time to use Xavier extensively, but did admit that he made some decent plays. Despite the clear infusion of athleticism on offense, Navy lost this game 11-7. Then came last Saturday. With Colgate visiting Annapolis, Arline was inserted into the starting lineup at Attack, and less than 7 minutes into the game, he did this.
Here's Arline up above goal line, and he goes high to high.
Not only did Arline's goal stop a 3-0 scoring run by Colgate to start the game, it flashed every ounce of the explosive potential we saw during his high school days. Against a man-to-man defense, Arline looked a lot more comfortable creating for himself and his teammates. In the stat book, he was inked for 1 goal on 11 shots. Not ideal, but his goal ended up being pretty huge since Navy won this game by only a point. I think with a little less rust on some of his finishing moves, Arline could have made this a 2, 3, maybe even a 4-point performance. This one, for example, was very close to being a goal. Arline's left-handed wraparound squirts through the goalie's legs, but somehow the ball stops on the goal line and rolls backwards. Arline thought it was a goal, his teammate thought it was a goal, but the official says play on and Arline's first career point has to wait. On this dodge from X, Arline uses a pick to create some separation. As soon as his hands are free, he beats the goalie with a low-angle shot, but the ball hits the crossbar and careens out of bounds. Close, but no cigar. There were a couple other times too where the goalie just simply had Arline's number. A little patience, better ball placement, or just changing planes, and these are goals instead of saves. I think in time, the points will come for Xavier Arline. He's quick, confident, and creates a ton of scoring opportunities. Eventually, they'll fall his way. And when they do, Arline should be up for the unofficial Chris Hogan Crossover Athlete of the Year award, which goes to the best lacrosse player who also plays football. Okay, I just made that up, but it should totally be a thing. Alright folks, Xavier Arline and the rest of the midshipmen are back in action on Friday night against Johns Hopkins, so go check that out. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and comment below what other lacrosse storylines you'd like to see me cover this season. After that, get off your screen, get on the wall.